Но мы хотели стать членом Азиатского союза слепых. Только единственный вариант, что есть вопросы там сегодня, какие-то преткновения по Конституции, говорят, как они, ну, мы называем это уставом. Но я могу сказать, что реально Турция почему-то в Европейском союзе слепых, Израиль тоже. Ну, есть еще ряд стран, на которые можно показать пальцем. Я считаю, что эти аргументы, в общем-то, не обоснованы. И наши центральноазиатские республики, друзья, я думаю, нас будут поддерживать в том, чтобы мы все-таки участвовали в этой большой работе и принимали и их, и, в общем-то, Азиатский союз слепых, и Всемирный союз слепых на территории Российской Федерации. В нашей красавице Москве, в нашем Санкт-Петербурге и в других городах. И показывали все те достижения, которые мы имеем сегодня.
Спасибо большое. Представьтесь, пожалуйста.
Сипкин, П в середине только напишите. Сипкин Владимир Васильевич, президент Всероссийского ордена Трудового Красного Знамени Общества слепых.
Sure. From a World Blind Union perspective, it's been great to travel for the first time to Uzbekistan and the first time to Central Asia. It was very great to be welcomed at the airport by the local blind association, local blind people and their volunteers. And it's really great to see one of our 6 regions. The Asia Blind Union is one of our 6 regions that meets every 4 years to elect the officers and to update people on all the events and the workshops, and to help blind people with employment, access to technology, and all sorts of other materials. So this event is going very well, and it's wonderful to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tarjima qilib
Men O'zbekistonga, umuman olganda O'rta Osiyoga ilk marta tashrif buyurishim va meni juda ham iliq kutib olishdi. Aeroportdan tushishim bilan meni O'zbekiston KOZI OJIZLAR jamiyati va volontyorlar tomonidan kutib olindi va bugungi anjumanda ham o'zim o'sha qoniqarli o'tdi. KOZI OJIZLAR jamiyati har 4 yilda yig'ilish qiladi. Yig'ilishdan asosiy maqsad KOZI OJIZLARga ularni ish bilan ta'minlash va amaldagi muammolarni bartaraf etish hamda amaldorlarni, ya'ni jamiyat a'zolarini qayta saylash uchun maqsad qilingan va hozirda biz o'zimizning maqsadimiz tomon harakat qilmoqdamiz.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hali demak biz tadbir davomida yana gaplashamiz. Hozir charchatib qo'ymasligimiz kerak. Aytib qo'yasiz, yana intervyular olamiz.
Yes. It's the first day, which includes the opening session and the first business session. So yes, we present in this session today our narrative report for the whole quadrennium starting from 2016. So, and we discuss it and we evaluate our progress. This is important for Asian Blind Union to have periodic evaluation of its reports and periodic planning.
Men bag'oyatda mamnunman. Osiyo KOZI OJIZLAR jamiyatining yig'ilishi juda ham muhim, chunki biz
English.
Yes, but I'm translating it into Uzbek. Yig'ilishi juda ham muhim, chunki amaldagi kamchiliklar va yutuqlar sarhisob qilinadi va bu bizning jamiyatda kelasi ishlari uchun katta ahamiyat kasb etadi va bugun ham bizda ochilish marosimi bo'lib o'tdi va ochilish marosimida har bir davlat vakillari o'zlarining nutqlari bilan fikrlarini bildirib o'tishdi va bu albatta kelajakda o'zining samarasini beradi.
Yaxshi. Mana Ergash Norpo'latov, O'zbekiston KOZI OJIZLAR jamiyati raisi bergan savollariga butun jurnalistlar e'tibori diqqat tortildi. Keyin shu javobini o'zlari aytib bersinlar.
During the assembly, the chairman of the Blind Union in Uzbekistan gave the question about the Afghanistan matter, and they want to know your opinion about that.
Yes, it's in fact an issue in our region because Afghanistan geographically it is in Central Asia, but in some cases they participate in activities with South Asia. So it's important to make it clear that Afghanistan is part of Central Asia, and on all matters, all levels should be treated as part of Central Asia.
Joriy yilning 10-14 may kunlari Adliya vazirligi O'zbekiston ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati bilan hamkorlikda Markaziy Osiyoda ilk bor Osiyo ko'zi ojizlar assambleyasini yig'ilishini tashkil etdi. Bundan ko'zlangan asosiy maqsad xalqaro tajribani O'zbekistonga joriy qilish hamda ko'zi ojizlarni ijtimoiy qo'llab-quvvatlashni yanada takomillashtirishdan iborat. Mazkur tadbirda mazkur tadbir doirasida xalqaro ilg'or tajribalarni joriy qilish bo'yicha takliflar bildirildi. Bundan tashqari Jahon ko'zi ojizlar uyushmasi hamda Osiyo ko'zi ojizlar uyushmasi bilan yaqin munosabatlar yo'lga qo'yishga erishildi. Menimcha bu
yaxshi bo'ladi. O'zingiz tanishtirib olasiz?
Rasulov Farhod, Adliya vazirligi mas'ul xodimi.
Qanaqa bu borada qonunchilik, yangi qonunlar, Adliya vazirligi
O'shani aytaylik bo'lmasam.
Yangi konstitutsiya mana uni qo'shib ketishingiz mumkin. Nafaqat
Ishlamay qoldim?
teng huquqli-ku hozir o'sha bizlar. Ijtimoiy tenglik asosida ijtimoiy davlat deyapmiz.
Davom etamiz.
Mazkur xalqaro tadbirimiz 2021-yilda O'zbekiston tomonidan ratifikatsiya qilingan nogironlar huquqlari bo'yicha konvensiyaning hamda yangi konstitutsiyamizda keltirilgan nogironlar huquqlari bo'yicha bandlarning qaysidir ma'noda amaldagi ijrosi desak to'g'ri bo'ladi.
Bugun O'zbekiston ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati tashabbusi bilan davlatning ko'magida Osiyo ko'zi ojizlar uyushmasi navbatdagi assambleya yig'ilishi mamlakatimiz poytaxti Toshkentda bo'lib o'tmoqda. Bunda 20 dan ziyod davlatlardan 63 nafar delegatlar ishtirok etmoqda. Bu assambleya yig'ilishida o'tgan 5 yillik davra tashkilotning qilingan ishlari sarf hisobi qilinadi va kelgusi 5 yillik uchun yangi tashkilotning yangi rahbariyati saylab va uning dasturi ko'rib chiqilib qabul qilinadi. Bu tadbirning O'zbekiston uchun ahamiyatli tomoni shundaki, shu paytgacha bunday xalqaro tashkilotlar harakatida O'zbekiston ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati faolligi uncha ko'zga tashlanmagan edi. Bugungi kunda keyingi 4-5 yildan beri mana shunday faollikni oshirdik. Chunki umumjamiyatda faollik ketayotgan bir paytda bizning nofaol bo'lishimiz islohotlarimizni ushbu sohada oqsashiga olib kelishi mumkin. Muhtaram Prezidentimiz olib borayotgan siyosatning asosiy mazmun mohiyati inson, jamiyat, davlat tamoyili ostida davlatni kuchli demokratik davlatga aylantirish ekan. Bunda albatta jamiyatning institutlarining roli ahamiyatlidir. Shunday kelib chiqadigan bo'lsak, bugungi kunda 76 ming nafarni o'z safida birlashib O'zbekiston ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati ham O'zbekiston taraqqiyotiga, bugungi islohotlarga labbay deb javob berib, o'zining mamlakat ichidagi va mamlakat tashqarisidagi amallari bilan O'zbekiston imijini yaxshilashga, yangilashga o'zining hissasini qo'shishi kerak. Bugungi tadbir ham ana shu jihatlardan ahamiyatli hisoblanadi.
Yes, I know, but we are going ahead with the self-introduction. and waiting for the translators to come. Kadir?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sorry for that. But I thought we could utilize this time for self-introduction while we are waiting for the translators. Now, I would request to welcome and request
сегодняшнего заседания Азиатского союза слепых я хочу особенно поприветствовать президента Всемирного союза слепых Мартина Вильямсон и, конечно, поприветствовать Сантош Кумар Рухе, президента Азиатского союза слепых, который любезно позволил нам сегодня принять участие в Генеральной ассамблее. Ну и, естественно, наших друзей из Узбекистана, прежде всего президента Эргаш Жураевича Нафулатова, который является моим прекрасным личным другом, и мы дружим организациями уже много лет, и я думаю, что все это замечательно. Уважаемые друзья, я хотел бы сегодня от имени Всероссийского общества слепых, которое в ближайшее время, в 2025 году, будет, так сказать, праздновать свое столетие со дня образования Всероссийского общества слепых. Хочу напомнить, что Всероссийское общество слепых... перевода нет. Ну, извините. Да. Но позже я хотел бы еще раз обратиться к вам со своим приветствием полным и, естественно, вручить почетные грамоты и письма от Всероссийского общества слепых нашим руководителям Всемирного союза слепых и Азиатского союза слепых, ну и, конечно, нашим хозяевам. Спасибо.
Will somebody give a short translation?
The President of the World Blind Union, Mrs. Martina Williamson, the President of the Asian Blind Union, Mr. Santosh Kumar, the participants of the General Assembly of Asian Blind Union. It's a great honor for me to speak to you today. On behalf of all Association of the Blind, we thank you for the opportunity to participate in this event.
Now I will start introductions from among ourselves, and I will start from Central Asia. And first in the row would be our host organization, Uzbekistan Society, and the chairman of Uzbekistan Society. I would request him to introduce himself and welcome him.
Assalomu alaykum aziz assambleya ishtirokchilari. Assalomu alaykum muhtarama Martina xonim va janob Santosh Gunta.
Assalamu alaikum to everyone who are participating in this assembly. We are really glad to see you here. We are also glad to see Mrs. Martina and Mr. Runta.
Keyingi yillarda mamlakatimizda kechayotgan tub islohotlar nogironligi bo'lgan shaxslarning davlat tomonidan ijtimoiy himoyasiga alohida qaratiladiganligi va g'oyat ahamiyat kasb etmoqda.
Good part of the day, dear ladies and gentlemen. We are happy to see you here, and it's an honor for us to see you here and welcoming today. In recent years, there have been a lot of amendments in the of the blind union in Uzbekistan. So we had a lot of opportunities, and the rights of the disabled persons are also protected in our country as well.
Shu bilan birgalikda nogironligi bo'lgan shaxslar jamoat tashkilotlarini ham davlat tomonidan qo'llab-quvvatlash ushbu davrda yuqori darajada ko'tarildi.
Besides, protecting the rights of the disabled person is now more significant in Uzbekistan, and it's protected by our government.
Ana shu e'tiborning namunasi sifatida bugungi o'tkazilgan tadbir ham davlatning bir e'tibori sifatida qarornoga zarur.
And this assembly is also considered like the big attention to the people with disabilities, as well as for the blind union in Uzbekistan.
Barchalaringizni Osiyo ko'zojlar uyushmasining navbatdagi assambleyasini O'zbekistonda o'tkazilishi uchun tashabbusni qo'llab-quvvatlaganingiz uchun o'zimni samimiy minnatdorchiligimni bildiraman.
I'm glad and grateful for you that you come.
Yana bir bor Al-Buxoriy, At-Termiziy, Mirza Ulug'bek, Amir Temur vataniga xush kelibsizlar deb qo'yaman.
At the last, I want to say that welcome to our country of the motherland of the big ancestors like Imam Bukhari, Al-Khwarizmi, and welcome to Uzbekistan again. Thanks for your that you are participating here. Thank you so much.
So now I would request the participants, other participants from Uzbekistan.
Only mention their names. They don't.
Just mention their names. Yes. Just mention yourself and the work that you are doing. What are you doing? You are employed. You are whatever.
Okay. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, hurmatli xonim va janoblar. Let me say welcome to Uzbekistan. I am chairman of the non-governmental organization of Uzbekistan, National Association of Uzbekistan. My name is Kamaluddin Shahajayev, and يا أيها الضيوف الذين اليوم جايين هنا، أهلا وسهلا لأوزبكستان. اسمي كمالودين شاحجايف، وأنا رئيس اللجنة ليس الاتحاد الأوزبكستانية. Здравствуйте, уважаемые дамы и господа. Я рад приветствовать вас от имени Национальной ассоциации ННО Узбекистана. Моя фамилия Шахаджаев. Я весьма рад, что сегодня нахожусь среди вас в рамках проводимой работы, в рамках
Спасибо огромное. We have to start very soon, so can we request participants to be very brief?
В этом году, благодаря нашим узбекским друзьям. Давайте громко похлопаем для наших узбекских друзей за то, что смогли организовать. Огромное им спасибо и хочу пожелать успехов для проведения Генеральной Ассамблеи всем нашим делегатам.
Okay, now friends, we will have to start the opening ceremony, and after the ceremony, when we start the General Assembly, we will continue this self-introduction brief. and then start the other transactions, right? Is that okay with everyone? Okay, so now I think translators are in their place. Interpreters, you take your position. Is translation coming?
Yes.
Okay? Arabic?
Okay.
Coming? Okay. And Russian?
Also here.
No. You are getting translation?
Yes.
Okay. So friends, good morning everybody again. Welcome you to the General Assembly. I would first welcome all the delegates, our President WBU Martin, CEO WBU Mark, Chairman of All Russia Association of the Blind, who has been kind enough to attend this meeting as an observer, my officers, board team, executive committee members, and most importantly, dear delegates from different sub-regions of ABU, that is Central Asia, Middle East, and South Asia. Friends, as you know, we are a very diverse regional union of WBU with very little resources in terms of money, but very rich resources in terms of technical expertise and knowledge. We are passing through a very crucial stage after the withdrawal of financial support for our functional operational expenses. As all of you know, after 2019, NABP has completely withdrawn, which was the only source for our financial support. And even in 2016, NABP withdrew the operational support. So, from 2019, it is only the hope that we have is from our members. And I would like at this stage to recognize a very important contribution that our member country, Oman, gave at that very crucial stage of USD 10,000. I would request you all to give a big applause. Friends, while it is true that without funds and financial stability, it is very difficult to have a concerted and sustainable organization. But it is also equally true at the same time that the strong will, unity, and collective wisdom can overtake the financial constraints. And therefore, I have full faith and confidence in the membership of ABU in building and strengthening ABU and taking it forward. I once again welcome you all to this General Assembly and express my gratitude to the Government of Uzbekistan and Uzbek Society of the Blind for hosting this General Assembly in this very beautiful country and meeting the all in-country expenses
in connection with the General Assembly. I would also like to place on record our thanks and gratitude to our WBU leadership for providing a contribution of support of USD 20,000 to meet part of travel costs, and remaining costs will be matched by my organization, National Federation of Blind. I thank you all for making this General Assembly happen after a long struggle to convene this General Assembly and find a viable place for this and resources. Thank you all for your esteemed participation, and look forward for a very fruitful, engaging and meaningful assembly. Thank you very much. Now I would request the chairman of Uzbek Society of the Blind to welcome the participants and give his remarks.
Assalomu alaykum, muhtaram assambleya ishtirokchilari, Martina xonim va Santosh Gupta janoblari. O'zbekiston tuprog'iga xush kelibsizlar deymiz. Bugungi o'tkazilayotgan tadbir biz uchun juda qadrli, chunki mamlakatimizda kechayotgan islohotlar inson baxt saodatiga qaratilgani bilan g'oyat ahamiyat kasb etmoqda. Shu jumladan nogironligi bo'lgan shaxslarga keyingi 5-6 yilda e'tibor kuchaytirildi. Mana shuni nishonasi sifatida ushbu tadbir davlat tomonidan hamkorlikda o'tkazilayotganligi biz uchun ahamiyat kasb etmoqda. Barchangizni yana bir bor O'zbekiston tuprog'iga xush kelibsizlar deb qolamiz. Ajdodlarimiz Mirzo Ulug'bek, Amir Temur, Al-Buxoriy, At-Termiziy vataniga qadamlaringizni ranjida qilibsiz. Bundan biz benihoya xursandmiz. 3-4 kun O'zbekistonda bo'lasizlar, birgalikda tanishib, bilishib, assambleya yig'ilishini birgalikda o'tkazamiz. Barchangizga assambleya ishida muvaffaqiyat tilab qolaman.
Can I now request our Secretary General Amir Makiram to say a few words in the opening ceremony and introduce a view.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will also again welcome all of you, my colleagues from the 3 sub-regions of Asian Blind Union. I also would like to thank and welcome our World Blind Union President, Mrs. Martin, and CEO of the World Blind Union, Mr. Mark. Also, I would like to start by this thankful words for the government of Uzbekistan and the chairperson of the Uzbekistan Society of the Blind to highlight some points about Asian Blind Union and its work during the past around 7 years. As you all know, that this regional organization composed of the three main sub-regions, which are South Asia, Central Asia, and Middle East. And now we have member organizations from 22 countries in this region. In the past years, starting from 2016, ABU implemented a very important project. Activities is to conduct trainings, advocacy strategy. And this area is a critical one for Asian Blind Union, who will, at the end of this project in 2019, mentioned that the only funding but to be very realistic, last 7 years, starting from 2016, we have that we are facing serious difficulties, which needs your attention, union, and the financial contribution of the Uzbekistan government. We couldn't situation for ABU. We need to cooperate all together. At the end, I will thank each one of you who have.
O'zbekiston ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati ham 2022 yildan boshlab davlat tomonidan to'liq moliyalashtirilib, subsidiya berib borish tartibi yo'lga qo'yildi. 2023 yilda nodavlat notijorat tashkilotlarini qo'llab-quvvatlash uchun 46 milliard so'm mablag' ajratilishi rejalashtirilgan.
Thank you. Now, I would request another dignitary from Uzbekistan, Chairman of National Association of Non-Governmental Non-Profit Making Organization of Uzbekistan.
Good part of the day, dear participants, distinguished guests. I am the staff of the Ministry of Justice of the Republic of Uzbekistan, and very glad to see you here and welcome to Uzbekistan once more. You know that in Uzbekistan recently the new constitution was adopted, and the attention was paid to the non-governmental organizations also. And as a civil society, as a result of the industry-focused attention in the last 6 years, and the volume of the state support for the institutions and the Blind Union in the Republic of Uzbekistan paid attention, and the direct subsidies increased to 25 times of the non-governmental organizations, and from 6 to 8, and including the 472 community associations of the persons with disabilities. And in Uzbekistan, national representatives of the 27 nationalities living in our country system, and it's the budgetary financing of the activities by the government of the Uzbekistan Plant Union. So the state support, the state is supporting the people with disabilities, and it's protected. And moreover, it's also mentioned in our constitution as well.
Now, I request the another dignitary. Who?
Ishan Hojayev Kamaldin.
To give his remarks.
Yes.
Assalomu alaykum, hurmatli xonimlar, janoblar. Yana bir bor sizlarni ushbu bugungi tadbirda ko'rib turganimdan minnatdorchilik bildirmoqchi edim. Bugungi kunda men hozir avvalambor ushbu tadbirda O'zbekistonga tashrif buyurgan 18 dan oshiq davlat vakillariga o'z minnatdorchiligimni bildirmoqchi edim. Chunki xabaringiz bor, yaqinda O'zbekistonda katta tadbir bo'lib o'tdi. Bu ham bo'lsa, umumxalq referendumida biz O'zbekistonning yangi konstitutsiyasini, yangi tahrirdagi konstitutsiyani qabul qildik.
Здравствуйте, дорогие гости ассамблеи. Еще раз хочу вас поприветствовать. И недавно, если вы знаете, то, что у нас, то, что мы приняли новую конституцию, и в этой конституции еще мы обратили внимание на людей, которые
Ruxsat bersangiz, avvalambor bu ushbu bugungi tadbirda yana qatnashayotgan mehmonlarga yana bir yangilikni aytmoqchi edikki, bu ham bo'lsa yangi tahrirdagi konstitutsiyaga kirib borgan O'zbekistondagi eng buyuk narsalardan biri bu shaxs, inson omiliga katta e'tibor berilganligi va inson huquqlariga va shu bilan birgalikda inklyuziv jamiyatga katta e'tibor berilganligi.
And in our new constitution, the attention was paid to the human rights as well as to the inclusive education. And inclusive education means that the education for all people, including the disabled ones. From the last 6 years, the education of the disabled people.
По направлениям оказания содействия нашим членам общества, но и вообще в целом по постоянному развитию, которым могли ознакомиться все члены нашего общества, в том числе и незрячие. Мы весьма рады, что мы живем в...
Лично моего прекрасного друга Эркаша Джураевича Нарпулатова, руководителя прекрасной организации, с которой мы дружим и очень много совместно работаем, в том числе и по доступной среде, по тифлокомментированию и по многим другим вопросам. Так что будем дружить, Эркаш Джураевич. Спасибо всем за внимание, спасибо еще раз за предоставленное слово.
WBU work and how WBU and ABU and other regional unions can...
this is an amazing opportunity to meet you in person finally. It is great that the region is meeting again in person after 7 years. I was born in Namibia, which is a country in southwest Africa. And when my parents found out that I was blind, they moved to South Africa for me to go to a special school for blind because there were no education opportunities for blind children in Namibia and no inclusive opportunities. I studied tertiary studies in South Africa in psychology and education, and then moved to New Zealand with my family, where I studied vision rehabilitation and public policy. I was always keen to work internationally, having seen how many people live in various conditions around the world. So in 2007, I became involved with the Asia Pacific Blind Union, where I met many of your colleagues. In 2020, we would have had our General Assembly, but because of the COVID pandemic, it got postponed for a year. And all of us went through a lot in that time. The pandemic has affected us hugely, but on one positive side, it showed us how resilient we can be as the blind community, and also how we can link more online. Although we know that the online options are not perfect yet, because we still need good Wi-Fi, etc. So this is great that in 2021, for the first time, we had a General Assembly in Spain, a very small assembly, and the rest of us were online. I was online in the middle of the night in New Zealand, and I was honoured to become the president. In my job, when I'm not the president, I work for our New Zealand Human Rights Institution, where I am a youth. How many of you focus on rights-based advocacy approaches? Broken bread with someone, then you can discuss anything. So I want to thank you for this very traditional breaking of the bread to welcome. And yesterday for the wonderful dinner. It was wonderful to hear blind musicians playing traditional and modern music. Employment of blind people is vital for us, and the food and the company supported by Tumirat, your lawyer, your solicitor involved in your blindness movement, but also later on joined by Virgash from your local society. Thank you again. I look forward to participating in the rest of this assembly.
Thank you, Martin. Now, can I request Mark, our CEO, WBU, to highlight some important aspects of WBU work, and particularly focusing on the needed regional involvement and engagement, and how to strengthen the national members through regions.
Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Workman again. It is a tremendous honor and pleasure to be with you all here in Uzbekistan. So please allow me to quickly begin by thanking you, saying thank you to our wonderful hosts, the Uzbek Society of the Blind, who have welcomed us with open arms to this country, to Mr. Punta, President of Asia Blind Union, who has dedicated many years of service to the union, to all ABU board members who generously give their time and their talents to this organization, to all delegates who have traveled from across the region to set the future direction of the ABU, and lastly to all volunteers, interpreters, and sighted guides, without whom this meeting would simply not be possible. So thank you to all of you for attending this General Assembly and for inviting me and making me feel so welcome. With my time this morning, I'll share a little about myself, just to introduce myself to those who don't know me yet, and I'll highlight some of the work that the WBU is undertaking and our priorities for the future, in particular around engaging our members. I don't have a lot of time this morning as there's a lot of work to do. However, I will be here for the duration of the General Assembly, and so if you have any questions or suggestions, I hope you will find me over the next couple of days and let me know your thoughts. I am from Canada. I have a condition called retinitis pigmentosa. I was diagnosed at a young age and became legally blind when I was 10 years old. I lost the remaining sight I had over the next 10 years and am essentially totally blind at this point. My educational background is in political science and philosophy, and I've spent 5 years working in the non-profit sector and another 5 years working in the public sector for a provincial government in Canada. That's enough about me. We shift gears and talk about some initiatives of the WBU and to share some of the priorities for the future. I can't give an exhaustive account of all the different areas of work, and I have mayors from around the world. And finally, we also recently entered into...
I am Santosh Kumar Rungta, President Asian Blind Union, and I am the General Secretary of National Federation of Blind India. I am a practicing senior advocate lawyer in India, practicing in Honorable Supreme Court of India. We have gathered here for this General Assembly with the auspicious hospitality of the Uzbekistan government and our Uzbekistan Society of the Blind in order to discuss amongst ourselves the new challenges that we are facing in the event of as a result of the pandemic. We are also going to discuss our future action plan for ABU activities for next 4 years. This General Assembly will also elect its officers for ABU for next 4 years. The main topics that we would be discussing would be with regard to digital literacy among the blind throughout the region, the issues of inclusive education, the issues of employment, and also the issues relating to rehabilitation and social security.
muammolarni o'rganish va ularni tahlil qilishdan iborat edi. Bu assambleyada biz ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati nima qiyinchiliklarga duch kelishi va ularni qanday bartaraf etish yo'llarini izlaymiz va o'rganib chiqamiz. Shuningdek, kelasi 10 yillar yoki boshqa yillar davomida nima choralar yoki tadbirlarni amalga oshirish yuzasidan bahslar va muzokaralar olib bormoqchimiz. Shuningdek, bir qancha tadbirlar va shunga o'xshash tadbirlarni amalga oshirish niyatidamiz.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Spasiba.
Marhamat, boshladik.
Mana guvohi bo'lyapsizlarki, bugun jonajon yurtimiz Osiyo ko'zojizlar uyushmasining 5 yillik anjumaniga mezbonlik qilmoqda. Osiyo ko'zojizlar uyushmasining navbatdagi assambleyasiga Toshkent shahri mezbonlik qilmoqda. Bu assambleya yig'ilishiga 22 ta davlatdan 60 dan ziyod delegatlar ishtirok etyapti. Yig'ilishda asosan o'tgan 5 yillikda qilingan ishlar sarf hisobi ko'riladi. Shuningdek, kelgusi 5 yillikda Osiyo ko'zi ojizlar uyushmasining rahbariyati saylanadi va kelajakda qilinadigan ishlarning dasturi tasdiqlanadi. Bu tadbirning O'zbekiston uchun ahamiyatli tomoni shundaki, bunday tadbir umuman ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati tarixida, O'zbekiston tarixida birinchi marta bo'lyapti. Aytish joizki, ko'zi ojizlarning xalqaro tadbirlarini o'tkazish bo'yicha MDHda ilk marta o'tkazilayotgan tadbirligi bilan alohida ahamiyat kasb etmoqda. Bugun O'zbekiston butun dunyoga yuz ochmoqda. Butun dunyo ham O'zbekistonni iliqlik bilan qarshilamoqda. Jumladan ko'zi ojizlar jamiyatlarining Osiyo mintaqaviy tadbirining bugun o'tkazilishi ham ana shu fikrimizga dalildir. Demak, chuqur islohotlar asnosida jamiyat institutlari, jumladan nogironligi bo'lgan jamoat birlashmalarining O'zbekistonda nufuzi ortmoqda. Bunda albatta muhtaram prezidentimiz yetakchiligida davlatimiz nogironlarga bo'lgan kuchli ijtimoiy siyosati natijasida bunday yuksak darajalarga yetishyapmizki, bunda albatta chuqur islohotlar muhim omil bo'lib xizmat qilmoqda. Bugun bu yerga kelib tashrif buyurgan insonlar ko'pchiligi buni e'tirof etmoqda. Nogironligi bo'lgan shaxslarning yillar davomida to'planib qolgan muammolari hal etilishi va buning uchun huquqiy asoslarning yaratilishi xorijlik ekspertlarni ham O'zbekistonga qiziqishini orttirmoqda.
Член Кыргызского общества слепых, я очень благодарю узбекское правительство и узбекское общество слепых за сегодняшнюю встречу. Генеральная ассамблея Азиатского союза — это сегодня очень насыщенная, очень нужная, очень полезная встреча. Эти дни, дай Бог, мы решим очень глобальные, нужные задачи и цели, которые поставлены перед ассамблеей. Конечно, я очень благодарна руководству местному, узбекскому, что собрать весь Центральный Азиатский союз — это не так, что легко, морально, материально, физически. Но они очень хорошо это сделали, спасибо большое. Все хорошо, четко организовали. Сегодня на этой встрече вся Центральная Азия. Это не всегда так бывает. Очень удачно, очень хорошо, мы все дружно здесь собрались. Дай Бог, мы решим и поставим новые цели, которые пойдут на пользу ЛОВЗ. У нас, мы Кыргызстан уже не первый год, уже много лет сотрудничаем с Азиатским союзом, как и узбекское общество и другие. И мы в курсе проблем, мы всегда делимся опытом друг с другом, проблемами, кто как решает задачи. Дай Бог, чтобы эти отношения добрые, теплые не заканчивались, и чтобы наш Азиатский союз слепых процветал, у него были большие возможности. И дай Бог, чтобы таких встреч, несмотря на все проблемы материальные, физические, решались очень, очень мягко и тепло. Спасибо.
Avvalambor, bugungi kunda Osiyo ko'zi ojizlar uyushmasi bosh assambleyasining Toshkent shahrida bo'lib o'tayotgan tadbiri bu yangilanayotgan O'zbekiston va kuni kecha bo'lib o'tgan umumxalq referendum, ya'ni yangi O'zbekistonimizning yangi tahrirdagi konstitutsiyasini o'zgarishlarini bir debochasi desa ham bo'ladi. Aytib o'tish lozimki, ushbu kabi tadbirlar davomida mana bugungi kunda 18 ta davlatlarning vakillari ishtirok etayotgan ushbu tadbir O'zbekistondagi ko'zi ojizlar jamiyatiga va umuman inklyuziv jamiyatga hozirgi kunda davlat va xalqimiz tomonidan berilayotgan katta bir ahamiyatning bir ko'rinishi desa bo'ladi. Aytib o'tish lozimki, ushbu tadbir davomida ko'plab davlatlar, jumladan Saudiya Arabistoni podshohligi, Hindiston, Pokiston, Oman, Rossiya Federatsiyasi, Kanada, Yangi Zelandiya kabi davlatlarning vakillari O'zbekistonda oxirgi yillarda amalga oshirilgan islohotlarga to'xtalib o'tishdi va o'z fikrlari, mulohazalari shunga qaratilgan bo'ldiki, O'zbekistonda hozirgi kunda yangicha qarash va butun xalq ichida aytib o'tish lozimki, hozirgi kunda O'zbekiston nodavlat tashkilotlari milliy assotsiatsiyasi O'zbekiston ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati bilan hamkorlikda ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati a'zolariga yanada osonlik yaratish va ularni respublikamizdagi siyosiy jarayonga hamohang qilish borasida ko'plab tadbirlarni amalga oshirmoqda. Jumladan biz milliy assotsiatsiya xodimlari O'zbekiston ko'zi ojizlar jamiyati bilan hamkorlikda yangi tahrirdagi O'zbekiston Respublikasi Konstitutsiyasini Braille alifbosida ishlangan variantini ko'paytirib xalqimizga yetkazish borasida aniq amalga oshirilgan ishlar amalga oshirildi. Shu bilan birgalikda ko'zi ojizlar jamiyatining taklifiga ko'ra yangi tahrirdagi konstitutsiyani bilan tanishish oson bo'lishi uchun ushbu konstitutsiyaning audio versiyasini, ya'ni audio formatda ishlab chiqildi va shu audio formatni yangi Telegram botida joylashtirilgan holda ushbu botni butun respublika bo'yicha tarqatish amalga oshirildi. O'ylaymizki, ushbu yo'nalishda nafaqat ko'zi ojizlar, balkim hozirgi kunda yosh katta bo'lib o'qishga qiynalayotganlar yoki boshqa bir ish yuzasidan o'zlarini mashg'ulotlaridan, ya'ni ishlaridan bevosita ajralmagan holda, ya'ni o'z ishlaridan ajralmagan holda yangi tahrirdagi O'zbekiston Konstitutsiyasi bilan tanishib chiqish imkoniyati yaratildi. O'zbekiston nodavlat tashkilotlari milliy assotsiatsiyasi kengashi raisi Ishonxo'jayev Kamoliddin Nuridinovich.